Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. My name is Mark and this is the preview for South Africa versus Tonga, a Pool B clash and South Africa's last pool match, of course, of the tournament. And they'll be looking to secure a bonus point victory to give them the best chances of winning this group, obviously depending on Ireland and Scotland's result next week. But, of course, they've still got to get past Tonga first. So let's go through the teams and all the facts and everything for this game, for which I will be doing the watch along. I will be doing it live for you all, commentating through the game. And of course, that will be tomorrow on Sunday. It'll be at 9 o'clock in the evening, both French Standard Time and South African Standard Time. So this is only the third meeting between South Africa and Tonga. It's the third time ever they've played against each other. So really not much to go on. The first pool stage of the 2007 Rugby World Cup, also held in France, was the last time they played against each other, when South Africa emerged victorious by a margin of only 5 points. They won 30 points to 25. And that was, of course, in the Rugby World Cup that we won. And yet it was a really, really tough match. South Africa lost their most recent Rugby World Cup pool stage, of course, against Ireland. However, the Springboks have never lost two pool stage matches in an edition of the tournament and hold the distinction of being the only nation to lift the Webb Ellis Cup after losing a pool fixture. Of course, that was in 2019 when we famously beat England. Tonga have won just one of their last 8 matches in the Rugby World Cup after winning 3 and 4 previously. Tonga's only win during that period came despite trailing at halftime 31 points to 19 versus USA in 2019, which they won 31 points to 19, and halftime they were losing 7 points to 12. So the teams leading at halftime has gone on to win 23 of South Africa's last 24 Rugby World Cup pool stage matches, excluding games tied at halftime, with the only exception during that run coming in 2015 when South Africa were defeated by Japan 32 points to 34, despite leading by 2 points at the interval. So yes, let us go and look at the teams that have been announced for today. The big news, of course, for South Africa is the fact that Pollard will be starting at 10. It's his first appearance in this World Cup since coming in for Malcolm Martin, replacing him in the squad. We've also seen that Dwayne Vermeulen will be playing at the number 7 role, which is, of course, not usual for him. But let's go through the South African team, shall we? Of course, we've got Oxenchair, Deon Fourie, and Vincent Koch in the front row. Deon Fourie will also have lots of eyes on him in that hooker role. Of course, that's where South Africa feel they're lacking a little bit in that department as a result of Malcolm Martin's injury. We look at our locks. We've got Etzebeth and Ori. So we've named very strong and experienced lock alongside relatively new lock in the Springbok setup. Then we've got Siya Kolisi, captain, of course, Dwayne Vermeulen in 7, and Kobus Wiese in number 8. We then look at the 9, which is Kobus Reinach. We're looking to try and build upon his hat-trick from the previous time he played in the World Cup, that he started in the World Cup. And Pollard, of course, as I alluded to, in number 10. All eyes on him and his kicking performances, and will he be able to get back to the sort of form we saw in 2019 as quickly as possible. Our centre pairings for today is Esther Hazen and Canan Moodie. Very excited to see what happens there with that centre pairing. Canan Moodie surely going to be looking to step his way through and score a few tries today in the match, of course. Mapimpi and Williams in number 11 and number 14. And number 15 will be Leroux, of course. So Mapimpi will be looking to try and get some more tries to his name. And Williams is starting on the wing again. We look at the bench of the Springboks. We've got Van Staden, Kitsop, Nyakane as the front row substitutes. Franco Mostert and Kwagga Smith make up the rest of the forwards. We've gone for a rare 5-3 split with Jaden Hendrickse, Marnie Libok and Jesse Creel, of course, making up the rest of the squads in numbers 21, 22 and 23. Now, looking ahead to the opposition, Tonga's team have named a very physical side, as they always are from these island nations, and they're going to be hoping to try and do something and just scare the Springboks a little bit, and I think they'll be looking to hurt them as well. So it's big and crucial that the Springboks do not get any injuries from this match. We cannot afford it. So looking at the Tonga team, going from the front, Fisi Ihori, Ngawumano, Amo, and Tanya Funa will be making up the front row. Then Fifita and Lucy in the lock positions. Havili, Halafuan, I said these names perfectly earlier, but nonetheless, Halaifa, Fonua, and Paia in the loose trio. Then our number 9 is Pulu, number 10 is Havili. Our centre pairings for Tonga is Aki and Fekitoa. Our wingers are Tuitavuki and Inisi, and in our fullback position we've got Piutau. We then look at their bench. We've got Molly, Koloamatangi, Apikutoa, and then we look at the rest of them. Coleman, Vailanu, Takulua and Pellegrini, and then Taumaupeau. So, very long name there, number 23. But nonetheless, that is what's going to be happening for those two sides. Let me know in the comments, of course, what you think is going to happen. Are South Africa going to get a whitewash victory here with bonus points and many, many points? Of course, New Zealand managed to get a huge victory over Italy to bounce back in this World Cup and make their statement. Will South Africa look to try and do the same thing? Because, of course, at the moment, we look at what could possibly happen in the quarterfinals. It's looking very likely that France will win the group in Pool A. Pool B will be led by Ireland, which means that Ireland should be playing All Blacks and South Africa will be playing France in the quarterfinals. But that could all change, of course, depending on whether Scotland can manage to beat Ireland with a bonus point and also avoid Ireland getting a bonus point in their game next week. Very unlikely, but that would then allow South Africa to win the group as well as Ireland then going home, which means South Africa would then play New Zealand. And let me know in the comments as well, who would you actually rather prefer? Would you rather Ireland play against the All Blacks in the quarterfinals, or would you rather the Springboks play against them? Let me know in the comments, of course. So be sure to go check out our sponsors as well, BOYLESPORTS and BITDEFENDER in the comments, in the description of the video. And myself is Mark, and of course I'll be doing the watch along for you guys in this last clash for South Africa in the pool stages before we look to the quarterfinals. Yeah, let's be sure to go and subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Cheerio.